Okay, welcome back. Let's go across straight to the Supreme Court, where the political crisis in Maharashtra is now in the eye of the storm and the focus. The case is now being heard in the Chief Justice N.V. Ramanna's court. In fact, even as we speak, arguments being made by Mr. Kapil Sibal. And the point that he's essentially raising is that what has happened over there in Maharashtra is a complete blow to democracy. Why is it that a new government was thrown in place when the case was still pending in Supreme Court? Why is it that no effort was being made first to give priority to what the Speaker has been saying, and therefore why should there a new government be in place? And this sets a very, very bad precedence. Let me just go across to my colleagues who are tracking the developments at the court. First is Siddhant Mishra, who's now joining us from outside the Supreme Court. Siddhant, these are the early hearings yet, so we're going to listen to the other side of arguments as well. But the plea essentially which has been put forward by Kapil Sibal has been scotched by the politicians, certainly who are in power in Maharashtra, saying that the voice of the people were being heard and they are the real Shiva Sena.
Well, that's correct. So basically, these two best legal minds of our country, Abhishek Manu Singhvi and Kapil Sibal, both are arguing for Uddhav Thackeray. Now, the point they are making in court is that the Shinde camp has misused the 10th schedule of the Constitution, and in fact, this is the reason that the deputy speaker's office was questioned before leaving for Surat, or for that matter before leaving for Guwahati, by the rebel MLAs. Also, Mr. Sibal is making this point that a delay in a relief is a havoc of democracy. He also went on to say that the way government was formed, the way governor did not appoint the speaker for 1 year, and later the questions were raised on deputy speaker's office. It was nothing but to misuse the 10th schedule of the Constitution, and Mr. Singhvi in fact demanded relief to Uddhav Thackeray immediately. So what Ananya is reporting from courtroom is that Mr. Singhvi has concluded his submission. Now it's time for the Shinde camp to start arguing. So it was expected that on 11th of July, the court will hear the matter, but court did not give urgent hearing to Uddhav Thackeray. And Pallavi, in this matter, multiple petitions have been filed by Uddhav Thackeray camp, questioning the decision of the governor to call on the special session for the floor test, the disqualification proceedings that have been initiated by the new speaker. In fact, Uddhav Thackeray also demanded suspension of the 16 rebel MLAs of Shinde camp. So in total, 5 petitions are being heard. 2 have been filed by Eknath Shinde, and the remaining 3 petitions have been filed by Uddhav Thackeray. But this time around, the argument is being made from Uddhav Thackeray's side, convincing the court that how 10th schedule of the Constitution has been misused in this entire matter, despite the disqualification proceedings pending at a state level and also
in Mumbai as well. Let me just get in a word from Mihir, who's joining us from Mumbai as well. Mihir, even as we speak, there's news coming in that Aditya Thackeray is to start a Shiv Samvad Yatra from tomorrow, and they're going to start touring Maharashtra. So clearly, politically, whatever may be the legal battle, but the political battle is something which the Shiv Sena doesn't want to give up on. The Uddhav Thackeray faction, that is.
Absolutely, and the Shiv Sena doesn't want to give up on the party on the whole, which is in question at this point, with the kind of loyalties shifting towards Eknath Shinde. One can see a vertical rift within the Shiv Sena, and that is a matter of concern for the Shiv Sena. Yes, Aditya Thackeray will be carrying on this entire tour of Maharashtra, where he will be meeting with the grassroots level leaders as well as some of the senior leaders of the interiors of Maharashtra through this tour. But that is something, the Shiv Sena led by Uddhav Thackeray has realized, and they are doing it on a constant basis. It is a matter of saving the Sena for Uddhav Thackeray at this point, and one cannot deny the fact, because there is a vertical rift and there has been a shift of loyalty to the entire organizational structure of the Shiv Sena, and that is what they are trying to make sure and salvage at this point. Remember, it's not only the MPs, not only the MLAs, but party leaders at the lowest level are siding with Eknath Shinde, many of them, and that confidence the Shiv Sena led by Uddhav Thackeray needs to get back into the people,
Mihir,
and that's why they are reaching out to...
I'll take this point across to Vinaya as well. Mihir, if you can please hold on, I'll take this point across to Vinaya as well.